Welcome to Intuitive Seek. My name is Mary Train, and as an intuitive guide, energy healer, and meditation teacher, I aim to bring you a grounded approach to all things energy and intuition. Everything I share is with the hope to help you remember how your unique power of intuition is your own greatest teacher. Hello and welcome. Welcome to your intuitive week, your energy update for the week of January 5th, your first full energy update for this new 2026 year. And in the meditation, there was a very specific focus and message. So I feel like we should jump into it. But before we dive in, I wanted to share that in February, I do have 2 spaces opening up to begin your 4-month journey of healing and transformation. This is my one-on-one intuitive and energetic support container where we work together for 4 months in my signature healing process called The Key. And it is truly life-changing. And I only say that because that is what comes through in the testimonials over and over again. So if you feel like you have a bit of an idea of what you are meant to do and pay attention to and dream about and work towards for this year, but you aren't sure why or how or when, that's where this program, we can call it, really comes through because we work on the energetic hurdles in the way. We work on your energy on a very deep level. It's support for your soul and it's about transforming your life, but not to change yourself, but for you to remember yourself and honor and respect and feel grounded and centered and really able to trust yourself. So if any of that sounds like something that you could really need and use for this coming year, go to the show notes. You'll see all of the links there to connect with me. There's a connection form that you can fill out to apply, and all the links to learn more as well. Okay, so let's get into this energy update. Now, if you have been with me before, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. These energy updates are all about helping us, you and me, remember what we need to know, what we need to focus on, what we already know, but maybe aren't paying attention to. And the most important thing is for you to use these energy updates as a way to develop your intuition, to know what resonates for you and to know what doesn't. So really pay attention to what resonates when your intuition feels like, oh, what I'm sharing is for you. And then really trust when it doesn't feel like it's for you. That's how you can start to build that trust within and for you to learn even more ways on how to translate your unique language of your intuition. And what I do is I go into a really nice meditation with the intention to receive insight, guidance, messages, symbolism, anything from the field, from the energy of us that we may need to know for our highest good and also the highest good of all. So I do my best to translate with the deepest clarity what we need to know, but of course, take what resonates and leave the rest. I share what comes through in the meditation, and then I share the animal that came through. And we also get some writing prompts, soul questions, journal prompts at the end to help you dive even deeper into the energy of this week. So when I first opened up the meditation, it was very clear. Now, for the last while, maybe a few months now, in the meditation, we've kind of continued on this path, and it has been more of a path through the night sky, through darkness. And this time, it wasn't incredibly bright, but there was much more light thanks to what we were holding. So when I opened up the meditation, the person in my meditation that represents us, we were holding a giant sky blue gleaming crystal gem. And it was faceted like a diamond, so a lot of facets. And it was so bright, just shining. And it was the clearest blue. And it did seem like a blue celestite, the blue celestite crystal. That's what it felt like that I was looking at. And we were holding this giant, clear blue celestite crystal and with all of the facets. And we were looking at every facet because they were so large. And we were searching for something. We were looking into every side, and some of the sides were shining so bright, and some of them weren't. And we were trying to polish some of the sides that weren't shining as brightly, that weren't reflecting, that were a little bit cloudy. And we were trying to get more shine. We were using our right hand to kind of rub at some of the facets to get the gleam that was shining as bright on some of the other parts of the gem. And this really felt like a message for this week that any strong effort, deep effort, pushing action could be causing us to ignore the parts of our life, the parts of this gem, the parts of what we are holding in our hands that are already shining, that don't need our intense effort, that we can utilize the resource of what is already shining and lighting up in our lives. And then the action we take could be a lot less effort. So we can move forward, do what we need to do with our right hand without putting so much elbow grease into it, without putting our attention on something that needs the most work when we have something that is already ready to go. And this feels like the message for this week for some of us, for this first full week of this new year, new calendar year, is that where are you trying hard to shine, to make something work, to be seen? And where are you already shining? Where are you already bright, but maybe not valuing it enough because it doesn't feel hard enough, because it's already happening, because it's already available. It's not shiny and new, it's already shining. No big effort is needed, only your attention and your value and your energy. What part of your life are you trying maybe too hard to make something happen? And what part is already shining and waiting for you to keep going and to bring that value and energy and full attention to really be held up and respected and honored? This part of your life that is just waiting for you to notice instead of focusing on what you need to put so much more effort into. And that can happen in the new year where we feel like we need to create something completely new, new life, new year. But maybe what is new is your perspective, is your lens, is how you are treating these parts of your life that are actually working quite well for you, but you're not valuing it. So it does feel like this is the focus this week. I was a bit surprised on how short or small the activity in the meditation was. But then afterwards, it really made sense to me that we don't want to be in a flurry of activity this week. It's about bringing attention to your intention. That's what this week is for. It feels like a week to continue focusing on what you need to release, what you need to let go of, whether that is limiting beliefs, fears, judgments, maybe physical items, maybe activities, maybe habits, and not in a resolution way, but in a way to prepare for the spring. January has that theme. If you've listened, and I do encourage, listen to the full January energy impressions. There is so much in there, especially for this week, that you can see and focus on. But January has that theme of releasing, preparing for new life, for the spring, for Lunar New Year, which is a little bit later this year. It's February 17th, and that's when we move into the year of the fire horse. So if we're moving forward with action and energy with that fire horse, then it's time to move past and release anything that can weigh you down. So that's what this week really feels like we can do. It feels like a week to support us in continuing, letting go, releasing what we need to so that the seeds of the spring can really grow. And this is the week that we can really focus in on that process. I know so many of us have been doing that for quite a few months already, all of last year. But this is kind of that tension point of the long held, buried deep, the further depths of what you really need to let go of because it's not for you now in the present and definitely not for you in the future. So that is the main focus for this week. That was the experience. But there was also an animal that came through because there always is. I love animal energy and they can inspire us very deeply for the week. And before I share the animal, I did want to share a bit more about the blue celestite, the blue crystal that we were holding. Now, trust your intuition if another blue crystal came to your mind, and that is more of the message for you of the symbolism. But because the celestite was so clear when I was feeling into it, I'm going to share about the meaning of the celestite, which can offer us even more insight. So this comes from sagegoddess.com about blue celestite. Celestite is a crystal associated with the throat chakra, responsible for communication and self-expression. Its blue color represents clarity and truth, making it a powerful tool for speaking one's truth with confidence and ease. Celestite or celestite promotes peaceful communication and understanding, helping individuals foster harmonious relationships. Additionally, this crystal facilitates a connection to the divine and promotes celestial contact. Overall, celestite allows individuals to connect with their higher selves and bring harmony into their lives. The history of celestite dates back centuries, with its name derived from the Latin word celestis, meaning celestial or heavenly. This crystal has been revered for its ethereal beauty and spiritual properties throughout various cultures. Ancient civilizations considered it to hold a direct connection to the divine realm, making it a sacred stone used in spiritual rituals and ceremonies. It was also highly valued for its calming and soothing effects, bringing peace and tranquility to those who possessed it. Today, it continues to be cherished for its metaphysical properties and is widely used in crystal healing and meditation practices. So feeling into the meaning of the blue celestite may be part of what we are releasing, or releasing the need to push further and working harder on, is not aligned with our voice, with our authentic truth, with the true clarity of our self-expression. Like this excerpt from Sage Goddess said, what is in the way? I mean, I'm adding that, but what is in the way of, as they put it, speaking one's truth with confidence and ease, peaceful communication and understanding, and harmonious relationships. So, what part of your life supports that, and what is hindering it? That may be a signal to what you need to focus your energy on and what you need to let go of. And then the animal of the week. This is the animal that came through in the meditation, and their energy and symbolism can inspire us and also support us this week. So the animal was the cougar, which can also be connected to the cheetah and also the lynx. And the cougar represents the energy of patience, boundaries, intuition, protection, inner strength, trust, personal power, leadership, courage, abundance, perseverance, and intentions. And as I shared the symbolism and the themes of the cougar, did any of those words stand out to you? Did any of them make you connect to some place or something in your life? Pay attention to that. That's how the cougar is inspiring you. And then to continue with a bit more about the cougar, let me share from Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Love this book. Cross cultural symbolism about so many different animals and insects. And this excerpt was really highlighted when I was reading and connecting with the cougar again in Animal Speak. So I'm going to share that excerpt with you and connect with what resonates and release what doesn't. When cougar shows up, much of the trial has been worked through. Now it is time to assert. People may not like your asserting. They may try and keep you in the category they have always kept you. You can choose to remain so, or you can stretch your muscles and show your capabilities. Remember that there will always be some who will not wish to see you come into your own power or will ever acknowledge that you have. If cougar has shown up, there is a choice to be made, and it should be made quickly and strongly. A cougar leaps at its opportunities. Remember that power can be asserted gently. There is a strength and power in gentleness. It is also a reminder that there are times to be gentle and there are times to assert your power forcefully. The cougar teaches decisiveness in the use of personal power. When it attacks, it does not hesitate. When threatened, it goes for the most vulnerable place. The cougar can teach you how to bring out your power and fill your heart with it in a manner that will enable you to take charge of your life. Cougar teaches you how to take charge of your life and your circumstances most effectively. So how does this energy of the cougar, with everything I shared, how does it inspire you? What did it make you think of? What did it spotlight in your life that you can focus on for this week ahead? Okay, and here are the soul questions, the writing prompts, the journal prompts. However, you want to answer these questions that will help you dive deeper into your energy and how you can move with the week with more intention. So you can answer these in a journal, you can answer them in a voice note to yourself. You can do whatever feels right to you, like really trust how to use these prompts. So the first one, what choice do you need to make this week and why? Number two, where in your life do you feel the most supported to speak your truth with confidence and ease? And what does this tell you? And number three, what part of your life are you trying too hard to make something happen? And number four, or 3B, what part of your life is already shining, waiting for you to keep going and bring your attention and full energy to? And thank you so much for listening to this episode of Intuitive Seek. I would love to hear if you resonated with any of the energy that I'm feeling that we're moving through for the week of January 5th. And if you have any other thoughts or questions, please don't hesitate to send me a message. You can go to the show notes and you can send me a message through my website, treenlight.com, or through my Instagram at treenlight. And in the show notes, you'll find all the links to connect with me as well through the key or any of the other ways and resources I have for you. So go to the show notes and explore. And hugely appreciated if you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And if you feel called to give a bit of support for this new year, please share this episode with a friend, or you could leave a review. That's super helpful as well. So, yes, thank you again. Be extra kind to yourself and others. And I will talk to you next week.
Hi, Auntie Mary. I just wanted to say something very, very meaningful. Cat.